and Pan Dulce. How's that? Coffee and Pan Dulce.
Hey, I'm Christian Cano. You're the co-host. My buttons are Moms Demand Action, Gunsmiths Legislation, Healthcare for All, Medicare for All, and also in my heart, Black Lives Matter on behalf of Joe Oldham, who's a guest of ours who passed away last year. That's it.
Hello, this is Gersemi Gunn. I am a community advocate here in Charlotte, North Carolina for LGBT women's rights with the National Organization for Women, gun sense laws with Moms Demand Action, and anything that extends equity to all. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. It is Coffee and Pan Dulce time. And if you're watching this when we drop it, it is September 10th.
Wow.
Of course, it's the day before the ominous anniversary of 9/11 as well. Yeah. For all the lost loved ones or you served in that era, my heart goes out to you. As always, and my wife being a veteran of that era and definitely suffered a lot of consequences because of that. That war greatly affected my family as well. But we move on, and we got actually a pretty tongue-in-cheek subject today, as always, and I'll let Christian take it away.
Yes, as Gersemi said, welcome everyone. This is Coffee and Pan Dulce. We want to thank those who watch us on Facebook and YouTube and the thousands who listen to us on your favorite audio podcast platform. I'm on the elite coast, the elite East Coast, and Gersemi is on the left West Coast. We're joining you coast to coast now. So we are that's right. We're a coast to coast show. Listen, today's topic, we're going to talk about the Epstein files. We want to see if they're eating tacos on the if taco was eaten on the that could have a lot of meanings. Was taco eaten on the Epstein?
we could tread into some dangerous waters there.
That's right. So
not that we haven't done that before.
Exactly, but you know what's so different? I find this interesting. I'm not going to go into a rabbit hole here, but you and I have been doing this show now for 8 seasons, or the show's been on for 8 seasons. You've been on for almost all the seasons. And we, at the early times, I was always so careful about the titles of the topics. I didn't want to offend people. I wanted to make sure, this or that. Well, the other side doesn't play that game. The other side, they call people pedophiles to all kinds of stuff, whatever the case. Yeah. So I think it just shows how we operate in different worlds. That you and I still operate in kind of a semi-decent world, even though, and they don't operate in that world. But whenever we talk about these kind of things, I still cringe when I talk about these things. But I have to educate myself that. Well, go ahead.
I think that's why there's not really any progressive shock jocks and all of the shock jocks. Yeah. That exist, which is an old school term.
Yeah.
But the podcasters and broadcasters now that are the most controversial ones that have the huge audiences, like a Joe Rogan, say whatever.
It's like they have no filter, standard, or couth. And I know it's entertainment. I know this is entertainment, but at the same time, it's almost like I have to force myself to do these kind
even
of
though
things.
it's really
Yeah,
interesting to see Joe Rogan really walking back his support with
that's true.
Trump.
Yeah,
He's
he
tapped down
is.
so hard he's going to trip himself and face plant on
That's
that
true.
big ugly head of his.
Exactly.
Woo, woo.
That's right. So, hey, listen, before we get into the topic, which we are going to get into, let's jump directly into Barb's current events.
And this is Barb's current events.
All right. I only got two today. There is a gentleman who is taking Taco to task with a new store where you can buy merchandise. I just bought 3 red hats that said Real Patriot on it. You can buy flags to put on your boats. You can call. His name is Governor Gavin Newsom from the state of California. He is he's trolling Taco like crazy, which is getting under the MAGA's skin. They can't stand it. So I want to see how you feel about that. I know you're living in his state. Also, there was an article that came out, I believe, and don't quote me on this, but I can't remember. And this is what separates us from the MAGA. They will just say shit that is not even true. We try to at least get some of it true on this show. So there was an article that highlighted the amount of MAGA women in Trump's cabinet or Taco's cabinet who have cheated on their husbands. So, and there was like 5 of them on there, which I thought was incredibly bizarre. That imagine if this were Biden's cabinet and there were 5 or even 5 men who had been cheating on their wives, the religious evangelicals would go crazy. So the fact that they are so quiet about these MAGA women who, from Ice Barbie, who is, is allegedly, or I don't even say allegedly, rumored to have cheated, is currently sleeping in a house because she's afraid of her life. But the other guy's been coming in and out, and she's married and he's married. Anyway, what do you think about those 2 topics?
Well, I mean, first of all, MTG. I mean,
oh yes, MTG.
Her husband divorced her was infidelity, and her going to swingers clubs. Bobo Berber, she went through a divorce because obviously, she was running around and he was probably running around too.
Yeah.
I mean, the Republican Party, I mean, is as Madison Cawthorn so famously said, is full of orgies and cocaine parties, and these guys party like rock stars.
Yeah,
they're quick to point the finger at other people, but quite frankly, they're the people that they make the accusations against. Is that their finger should be pointing at themselves, not other people. And no, it's not shocking, and they don't care. I mean, you're talking about a guy that has had 5 kids from 3 different baby mamas as their head of the party, and he's cheated on every wife, including his current one.
Yeah.
Openly admitted he's cheated.
Mm-hmm.
Famously cheated with Stormy Daniels, while his wife was pregnant with Barron. This is nothing. This is nothing new. This is nothing. This guy, the Republican Party's always been pretty devoid of morality for a long time. I mean, I'm not talking about morality as, is it wrong to cheat on your spouse? I don't even know if it is or not. Mm-hmm. I guess it's between you and your spouse. I'm not one to say if a couple wants to be open or be sexually adventurous or what agreements they have. It actually doesn't bother me. What bothers me is when I hear about them impugning who I am or who other people are, that are in the LGBT community or anything else, and how we hear them drone on about our morality and our sexuality. And these people can't keep it in their pants.
Exactly.
And these are the people that sleep with way more people that aren't their spouse than I do. And I just find it funny how really boring most queers' lives are. Most of the people I know queer aren't very adventurous. They usually are fairly monogamous and fairly boring. And how wild these people live, you know, and Trump, when he was younger, and probably up until the White House, was probably still in the White House, even though I think, you know, he probably has a few issues now. But at one time, I mean, this guy had no. I mean, this is the grab them by the guy. You know, this guy is the you know, Pedo Island guy. Like this guy was Epstein's buddy for decades. So
it is, and it's also it also is highlighted. I think this Epstein thing, which should be important, and we're going to talk about it after our first break. But it's also crazy, and I know we're preaching to the choir. If you're watching and following this show, you know how we feel about the hypocrisy within the MAGA movement and the evangelical Christians and so forth. But in the state of Texas, when they're trying to push the 10 Commandments to be in schools, it's being pushed the hardest by the Attorney General, Ken Paxton, who cheated on his wife. Yeah, so he's already broken like 5 of the commandments.
This guy obviously has not read the 10 Commandments.
Exactly.
Like you go,
or maybe,
if theoretically, if you're going to burn in hell for violating the 10 Commandments, like, dude, 50% of them you violated.
Exactly. Yeah. You at least should give the impression that you're following some of those commandments when you're pushing for.
Or change the name to, I don't know, 10 suggestions.
Yeah. These are suggestions. So maybe they should put 10 commandments. These are just suggestions. You don't really have to follow them. So you know,
you know, here's the thing. There's no reason to put any religious stuff in a school.
Exactly.
There's no reason to have religion in a school. Religion is for selling, not buying. And we don't need to be selling that to kids. You know, let them figure it out when they become an adult. If kids can't go to a therapist to figure out what they're going through gender identity wise, we sure as shit shouldn't be pushing and grooming people to follow religions that they don't want to follow or consenting to.
And you know,
forcing that and grooming them with religious means when we've seen so much cruelty come from religion as the last thing anybody wants to expose a vulnerable kid to. The last place you should take your kid to is a church. And unless you want them to meet pedophile Pete, the youth pastor.
Right. So, listen, hold that thought. We're going to take our first break. We'll be right back on Coffee and Pan Dulce right after this.
Hey, y'all. Thanks for watching. And support local black and brown businesses, including our sponsor, Manolo Bakery. It has some fabulous pastries, food, king steaks, all kinds of specialty cakes, swallowing, and much, much more. Some of the best food we eat in Charlotte, North Carolina. Again, Manolo's Bakery, right here in East Charlotte. Thanks for watching. So I have a great fall lineup, and we encourage you to tune in to many of our fabulous shows, like our D Say show, and many more things in October and November as well. Thanks for watching, as always, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, y'all.
Hey, y'all, you know you can watch us on YouTube, Facebook, and your favorite audio podcast platforms. You can catch your special editions of Coffee and Pan Dulce, as always. And we appreciate y'all listening. And we're going to do more episodes. We're going to do some zany things in 2025. And most of all, we're going to have lots of fun, as always. Thanks for listening. And look for the new shouts. Appreciate it. Hey, y'all. Thanks for watching the Florida shows. They've been wildly successful. Obviously, it's a topic that you guys have enjoyed and wanted to know more of. And we like talking about the dumpster fire that used to be the state of Florida. And we'll probably talk about it some more this summer. Thanks for watching, y'all.
Bye, y'all. Thanks for watching.
Hi everybody, this is Gersemi from the LatinX show over here. All I'm here is doing a little quick PSA. Use this summer to do volunteer work. Go to your nearest YMCA, go to your nearest homeless shelter, go to whatever community services or programs that you can help out and volunteer. Because right now, we have a bunch of fascist pieces of shit trying to rip apart our country and rip apart the people, our communities by spreading hate and bigotry. The best way to combat it is, one, working in your community and standing strong to show that you are strong and you're here to help out others. Two, combat misinformation. If you hear bullshit, first research and make sure if it's true or not. If it is not true, call it out. If it is true, get the facts. Be knowledgeable of it because it might come out later. So always stand against that. And three, fuck fascists. Stand against them. Make them feel uncomfortable. There is too many people out there feeling like they can say the hard R or say slurs or be violent. Make them understand that a lot of people died to make sure this hatred and bigotry does not exist. All our civil rights workers, all the people who stormed Normandy, everybody who fought against intolerance and hatred, they died and worked their asses off to stop this. So follow in their footsteps and stop this madness. This is Gersemi again from LatinX, and all I can say is be there for your community and stand up for what's right. Fuck fascism and have a wonderful day.
Hey y'all, thanks for watching our spring shows and sticking with us. And we've got a fabulous summer lineup. I hope y'all are excited as I am. And let's enjoy our summers. Hot Girl Summer 2024. See y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Welcome back,
Hey
everyone.
everybody,
Thank you
hope
for
you're enjoying
joining us
the
back.
Coffee
we
Pan
want to talk
Dulce
about the
Show.
Epstein files.
This is
Were
me,
they eating
Gersemi,
tacos on the
new
Epstein
host here at the
file
Cannis
on
Media
Epstein Island? Is
Shows.
that the
I
title,
will be
Ben?
doing the new
Oh,
show,
yeah, I think so.
LatinX, here
The title is
every Thursdays
were
at
they-
7 p.m.
were
on
they-
your
were
favorite
tacos
podcast
eaten on
platforms,
Epstein
YouTube,
Island?
Facebook, wherever you like to listen
That's a good
to.
one.
Oh,
So, hope to
And
see you
more,
on my
because
show,
it
and
refers to
hope
so
you have a
many
wonderful day.
things. So,
they can
yeah,
they can go both directions on that
that's
one.
right. That's right.
I guess we'd have to ask Miss Maxwell what went down
Yeah,
there.
exactly. Well,
Trump's
she's
talking.
apparently she has given a Trump glowing review. He's a gentleman always. So
Oh,
she's trying to get out of she's trying to get a pardon or something. Okay,
Oh,
so you mentioned what you mentioned about the state of Texas. I thought was very interesting. I'm very curious why, and they've got some young members of the state house and state senate that are actually kind of fighting back and doing things that I think that are what we have been looking for in Democrats in the state of Texas for a long time. But the one thing they have not done with this Bible 10 commandment thing is like what you said. We have not heard anyone come out, even Joaquin Castro. I haven't heard him come out. I've heard him come out about the 10 commandments and redistricting, but he hasn't said it like this. We shouldn't be grooming kids in school and grooming, and use the word grooming because that's what they used when they were talking about transgender and drag queens. We need to use those terms. We should not be grooming kids by putting the 10 commandments and turning them into pedophiles, because we know that the people who follow these 10 commandments in churches are the highest rates of pedophilia. So why should we? That is the argument that should be used. Those terms, just as aggressive like that, needs to be said on television, because that's what goes down to the knuckleheads that we're dealing with in South Texas.
Well, first of all, the schools don't have any business pushing a religious indoctrination. And when we're talking about grooming and indoctrination, there's no other facet of the business world than church business. Church businesses lure kids in with pizza parties and camps and everything else. They do everything they can to indoctrinate the kids so that they can capture the parents that are going to give the money, because kids obviously don't have the money. But they're getting to their parents through their kids and going, hey, mommy, I love going to those pizza parties and the ski trips and all that. And that's how they hook them.
Yeah.
And because religion, especially Christianity as a business model, is dying in this country. Gen Z is like the lowest attending generation ever. Church, I think, is down like 20%.
Yeah.
And nationally, it's 40% with all age groups. And because people see Christianity and religion in general as a scam. It is a scam.
Yeah.
You're selling an intangible deal you can't prove. That's more provable that Jesus didn't walk the earth than he did. And it's gotten worse from there. And modern Christianity is a joke. And it's embarrassing into how pitiful it really is. And look at the people that work in that industry. Yeah. Look at how many sex scandals and sexual assault scandals have resulted.
And not just pedophilia. We're talking about adultery. You're talking about sex trafficking, all kinds of. They're just a bunch of perverts.
You can go from the famous cases of Jimmy Swaggart and Jim Baker all the way down to your local Baptist church.
Every week.
Whatever.
Every week there's one.
Oh, there's dozens out there on Instagram. There's a couple sites, and every one of them either has a Republican connection or a religious connection to Christianity or both. And quite frankly, if you go onto those people that are the offenders, you'll see religious indoctrination on their deal and grooming of religions.
Yep.
And Republican groomers on there. And that's what these people are. It's the pot calling the kettle black. They are the queens and kings of grooming and indoctrination. They are the indoctrination nation. That is why they make that accusation. And look at the leader of their party. That obviously was on Epstein.
and you made an excellent point. Yeah, was it on your show or was it on this show? You made the point about if Obama had was it the last show that we just did?
I think it was the last show.
Okay.
Obama, even if Obama did what Mike Johnson did, which was, he went to Sasha, his daughter, when he was pregnant, well, I can't stop masturbating. Can you be my accountability buddy on this masturbation? Like, how does the conversation go when you go, I need help stopping masturbating and mom won't do it, so can you help me?
Sure.
And you teenage child to be on an app with you about masturbation?
So here is the same kind of example as you're mentioning. And imagine, if you live in the state of North Carolina, you understand what we're talking about. If you don't, look him up. Jeff Jackson is our attorney general here in the state of North Carolina. Wonderful guy. Did not always support him, but he's perfect for this job. He's grown a lot. He was a congressperson, represented. He was my congressperson, and I believe Gersemi's for a while as well. He was a state senator here. Young, really. The gays love him. He's always been in the gay pride parades. He's really attractive young man. In the National Guard and so forth. Got all the pedigree. Yeah, exactly. Imagine if he had come out today and he said, I just want to, or there was a story that dropped that said that his son is his, I just want to let you, as you mentioned, my son is going to be my masturbation coach because I can't stop masturbating watching porn. Yeah. And not only that, I have adopted a grown man. Yeah.
19-year-old boy.
Yes, a 19-year-old
teenager.
A Latino boy, a 19-year-old Latino boy. And I've adopted him, and he will, he may also be my masturbation coach. Imagine for a second if someone like that, I mean, that is just.
It would career be over.
And this is actually what's happening with the Speaker of the House.
Well, you have Matt Gaetz, you have Speaker of the House, you have the King of Pedophile Island, King Taco.
Yeah.
You have these people with all these
crazy.
These things that are scandalous.
Yes.
That when Democrats have had even just a tenth of the scandal, I go back to Bill Clinton, how much outrage and how many hearings we had to listen to about him getting a blowjob. And I go, well, of course he got a blowjob. He got a woman that was practically half his age coming on to him in the East Wing. And he had, sex is crisis and opportunity. And he goes, it's like the dude, not that it was the right thing to do, not that it was smart. It was probably the dumbest thing Bill Clinton ever did. But he fucking lost his law license over it. He went through months and months of scandals. He got impeached over this shit.
Yeah.
Damn near got removed from office over a consensual blowjob from an adult woman.
And so
consensual.
So also imagine for a second, and because we got to put this into, this is just not normal. Okay, this is not normal. Imagine, Gersemi, if you and I were sitting down with some other fellow Texans, if we were back in Texas, and we were talking about a person like someone like Mike Johnson, and we were telling these people, yeah, so this guy, his son is his masturbation coach, and he's adopted this grown-ass black boy as his son, and he doesn't really talk about him. Yeah, he doesn't really talk about it. They just hang out together, but he's kind of in the background. But not only that, when he goes to Washington, D.C., he lives with 3 other guys, and they all live together like bachelors in this like place and whatever. So wouldn't your like natural think is that's some weird ass shit? But not only will we think, what does his wife think? I mean, that is just weird.
Well, she's a Christian fundamental.
Exactly. We would think that is crazy.
Everything surrounding the Nazi Republican Party and the conservative Christian movement is so fucking creepy. Yeah. Well, to me, Christianity itself is kind of creepy.
Sure.
I mean, like there's a lot of weirdness that goes on with the whole thought process.
The men's retreats.
Yeah, there's a lot of things with Christianity. I'm like, man, you remove a couple of the circumstances around this thing, it sounds like a gay bathhouse retreat.
Exactly. And you hit that nail right on the head. When you look at a lot of people in the LGBT community, LGBTQ plus community, when you look at our lives, how normal our lives are, and imagine if people think our lives are like that, and when you look at their life, we're like, holy crap, that's.
Oh, I think instead of partying like a rock star, I think we should party like a Christian pastor in a Republican.
Exactly.
These guys, have no real bounds, and it's not. These aren't the first Republicans to act like this.
Yeah,
the Reagans, with how a lot of sordid stuff around their history. Nancy Reagan was known as the blowjob queen of Hollywood, for a long time. Literally was. She was like, if you wanted the best blowjob, you went to Nancy Reagan.
My goodness.
These people weren't necessarily the most couth or well behaved, and they never have been.
Yeah.
These aren't, Nixon and all of his.
I wish I had half the fun they did.
These people have been raping.
Or just a little bit of it. When I was younger, of course.
But it's why they're going so hard in the paint against having the Epstein files.
Yeah.
Like they even adjourned Congress early, Mike Johnson did, just to avoid a vote on this thing.
Hoping it would pass.
They're doing, and luckily, hopefully, the Democrats and the American people will not let this die. And as soon as they come into session, that's going to be brought up again and again and again.
It needs to be. Yep.
It has to be unredacted. It has to be released. On September 3rd, the Epstein victims are going to have a press conference in Washington, D.C. That's right. So that's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
And it's going to come out no matter what.
Yeah. Yeah. They were hoping they were hoping that this month that they were on vacation or leave, that it would die down, and I think and that's why we're going to do this show, is because we want to make sure that people keep talking about this.
Oh, by the time this show's released, they're going to already have that press conference.
Oh, good point. Yeah, exactly.
Which is going to drop some bombs, and that no matter what Maxwell says, there is going to be a considerable amount. And all the time that Trump lost all this money, you wonder how much of that money from the casino and the pageant got funneled to Epstein.
Yeah.
Because Trump sent this guy over $1 billion back 20 years ago when $1 billion was a lot of money.
Yeah.
And all those businesses lost money. I wonder if it went to Epstein.
Went to that sex ring. Who knows? Who knows? All right, listen. If you like what you hear from Gersemi, she does have a show that comes on every Wednesday at 11:30. It's called Two Queers in a Truck. It's she records it live from she's live when she records it. She from West Hollywood. So please join her show. Also join the Tony Foreman show that comes on every Wednesday at 10 o'clock, and Espera Que with Yorense that comes on every Thursday at 7 o'clock. On Tony Foreman show, I just want to let you know that Commissioner Yvette Townsend, a commissioner from the Mecklenburg County of Charlotte, Mecklenburg County, North Carolina, she's one of the guests on his show on an upcoming episode. So join those show. We'll be right back on Coffee and Pan Dulce right after this.
Thank you, everybody, for watching Coffee and Pan Dulce. Jenny and Chris had an amazing talk right there, and this is Yorense from Espera Que. Our show is on Thursdays, 7 p.m. on every podcast places you get podcasts. Podcasts, brain fart. But if you want to listen to me doing brain farts and having hot takes and leftist takes and just screaming at the shitty burning world we are living in, come over to Espera Que. You're gonna have a fun time.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching our Coffee and Pan Dulce show every week. Don't forget you can watch us visually on our video podcast platforms on Facebook and YouTube, but you can also listen to us on your favorite audio podcast platforms like Apple, Amazon, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all of the other ones that your favorite, whatever your favorite is. Once again, thank you for watching us on Coffee and Pan Dulce. We'll dance out.
Hey everybody, hope you're enjoying the Coffee and Pan Dulce show. This is Yorense, one of the new hosts here at Cannis Media, doing a new show, Espera Que. Where here I am talking all the great issues that are happening in our great country here in the USA of 2025. I'm mostly going to be working and talking about Latino men issues, but I hope anyone can come by and hear me rant about how annoying our government is. We will be here every Thursdays at 7 p.m. Hope to hear from y'all soon, and see you at my show.
Hey, thanks for listening to us as always on Coffee and Pan Dulce. And just to let you know, we're on all the audio podcast platforms. So working out or whatever, you can just listen to us. Or if you want to see our bright, shiny faces, we're on YouTube and Facebook. You can even be fans and you can comment on our shows on the Facebook platform and drown out the people who don't actually listen to the show but like to fly us. But anyway, we appreciate y'all and very much, and keep on listening so that Christian and I are just not sitting here talking to ourselves. Have a great year. Hey y'all, thanks as always for listening to Coffee and Pan Dulce. And guess what? As part of our Cannis Media family of shows, we have a sister show that's been running alongside the Coffee Show for 6 years, 6 seasons. And it's Two Queers in a Truck. And in fact, we've been on air, as it says right behind Christian, as we record this, in case you're watching the video version of this. It's exciting. It's a little different. It comes more from obviously the queer perspective because it's Two Queers in a Truck. And we invite you to listen to it. You don't have to be queer to listen. And I promise it most likely will not give you scabies. I can't 100% verify that, but it's just a medical rumor started by me, actually. But anyway, come out and check us out on our sister show, Two Queers in a Truck, and all the exciting 2025 news shows on the Cannis Media family. As always, thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week. Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Up next is Two Queers in a Truck with Jenny and Christian. And hope you guys tune in. We'll see you in about 15 to 20 minutes. Thank you. Bye.
Welcome back, everyone. Don't forget to join all the Cannis Media shows and look forward to some shows coming this winter, including Que Pasa, which talks about what's happening, and also another show that I've been kind of traveling around interviewing people for called Circuit Queen. It is about the queens that follow circuit parties. It will educate you on what those are. All right, so let's go to the Pendejo Chronicles.
I'll have my
and this is the Pendejo Chronicles.
All right, Gersemi, the Pendejo of the week is Mike Johnson. Mike Johnson, we give him the Pendejo. Why do we want to give him that award?
Well, because he adjourned Congress or the House early to avoid the Epstein file release.
And it didn't work.
And the deal, which it's coming to a head in September anyway. In fact, by now,
when you watch this, we will.
The Epstein victims will have already had their press conference.
It's gonna be so juicy.
So,
I'm not a reality TV person like you are, but I'm excited.
For my birthday, I'm sure we're gonna have a lot to talk about.
On the birthday edition of this show, we'll have to talk about that
because we'll be filming that in a couple. So it should be juicy. Pop some popcorn, kids. It's gonna be a bumpy ride.
Gonna be a bumpy ride. Okay. All right, we'll end this show with the Jenny Award.
And this is the Jenny Award.
Okay, the Jenny Award goes to the staff of Governor Newsom from the state of California. They have done a tremendous job, not only upping his profile, but a person like me who's been waiting for someone just to take it to Trump, take the gloves off, ridicule him for his fatness, for everything. They have. I agree with you. I applaud them for doing this and for staying. They've maintained it.
Well, all American voters, no matter who you vote for, look for a hero.
Mm-hmm.
For the Republican Party, it's been Trump for the better part of a decade.
Yeah,
we've not had that. We had it for a little while with Biden, but obviously he was a advanced age and obviously couldn't maintain it. Newsom could be that next standard bearer. Just like it was Reagan for a long time for the Republicans and for our party, Obama, is that heroes will reveal themselves, and Newsom not only has the pedigree, the way California is going right now, the whole movement is shown when Democrats pretty much stick to their guns.
Yeah,
we win. Because not only were we the party of the best ideas and the higher intellect, but honestly, we support human rights. We're the reason why there's a 5-day work week. There's so many reasons why we are the superior political party, and we have to stick to what made us great, which is defending all of our identities in our party. Newsom's a little weak on the transgender thing. I'm hoping that he'll pick that back up next year in the mid.
And that is exactly, sorry to interrupt you, but that is exactly what makes the difference, I think, from someone like Governor Newsom and then someone like an idiot like Trump. Governor Newsom has the worldly, diverse skill set to have the ability to have someone on his staff maybe talk to him and explain to him on an issue like that. So he's more likely to evolve on that than someone like Trump, like Taco, who will just say shit and doesn't have that flexibility to evolve. And that's, I think, what makes Democrats better, in my view.
And I also think Newsom realizes that the Democrat Party is going to have to understand, and this should be something that should be simple, but Democrats want to die on an intellectual hill.
Sure.
Rather than winning elections.
Yeah.
And we can have the best ideas in the world.
But if we don't win the election,
it's kind of moot. And it's the same way. I watched the TV show The Shark Tank for a long time. And there was a lot of times entrepreneurs would come on and have a great product, but they didn't really have a business.
Yeah.
They'd say, you have a great product, but you don't have a business here yet. And you need to go back to the drawing board. And Democrats have a great product, but we don't have a great business model.
Yeah.
And Newsom is making the blueprint for our business model for 2026. because we should be campaigning the way Newsom is for 2026 in the midterms now.
Yep.
And I've said this all along because Republicans continually set the stage for the next election. Every election is setting the stage for the next one or the next two. And Newsom's doing what every Democrat should have been doing all along.
Yeah.
And it's why we consistently lose. And it's why we won in 2020 is because of what we did in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, we gave that up in 2021. Yep. We just quit. And we quit for 4 years.
Excellent point. Well, listen, it's been a great show. The next time you see us will be a birthday edition, or at least this show, and I'm sure it'll be on your show as well. Yep. So we want to thank everyone who's joining us. We also want to wish everyone an upcoming happy Hispanic Heritage Month. I know it's a little challenging for Hispanic, Latinx, and Latinos around the country right now because of the bigotry and racism from the Trump administration, but we want to thank you for joining us, and we will see you next week. Any last words? Any football predictions? Any fantasy football predictions? Because I know how much of a fan you are.
I'm such a good fan. I didn't even know Dallas still had a football team. So
they do. Hey, there's a really good documentary. I'm going to throw this plug in there on Netflix. There's a documentary about Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboy dynasty. It's really good. It's kind of hard to watch because of how much we haven't accomplished in 30 years as a Dallas Cowboy fan. But it's really good. It explains the Dallas Cowboys, why they got sold, how they got sold. Why Tex Schramm had to sell the team because of the savings and loan thing in the 90s, and Jerry Jones, and it's a really interesting documentary. I thought and I did not realize how much Troy Aikman was a troublemaker on the team. So you have to kind of watch I didn't know that he was trying to get one of the coach fired because he didn't get along with him. So it's very interesting.
Well, Troy Aikman is a pretty big.
But he's got a great butt.
That was always kind of obviously.
We have to take that one out. We'll have to take that out. All right, we'll see you next week, y'all. Bye, y'all.
Y'all, thanks for watching and listening to Coffee Pan Dulce over the years. And we're into the fall season and the fall lineup. And y'all be safe out there. And just remember, it's Virgo season and my birthday month. So if you want to make sure you watch these shows because these will be gems. But anyway, we are in the foosball season as well, as Christian likes to point out. So appreciate it as always, and be safe, and we'll see you next week. Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all. Rah, TCU.
Hey, y'all. Thanks for listening to Coffee Pan Dulce. And one of our big things is that if you missed any of our other shows, we are on Facebook. We're on Spotify, we're on Apple for the most part, and a bunch of other audio podcast platforms. So if you've missed us, come back. The water's fine. Dip on in. It's 85 degrees here in my imagination. But anyway, we have 332 episodes in the tank. You can pull up any of them. And most of all, we have fresh ones dropping most weeks. And we got 3 more shows coming. Be excited. But as always, thanks for listening to Coffee Pan Dulce, and look forward to the 2025 season. Thanks, y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Next up, thanks for watching Coffee Pan Dulce. Next up is 2 Queers and a Truck. Stay tuned.
Coffee and Pan Dulce. How's that? Coffee and Pan Dulce.
Sounds great.
You sounded like a telenova. I mean,
I'm trying to. All I have to say is go. Yes.
As a non-Spanish speaker.
That's an excellent point, Jen. I want to. So hard for me. Gersemi. Jur. What's the short for Gersemi? Jur.
Jur.
All right, here we go. We're going to come back. All right. I don't have a Pendejo or Jenny award. Who do you want to give the Pendejo award to this week?
Probably Mike Johnson for burying that.
Good. Okay. How about the Jenny award? A hero.
I think the staff for Governor Newsom.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that one. Yeah. Okay, here we go. We're coming back. Oh, wrong one.
Coffee and Pan Dulce. How's that? Coffee and Pan Dulce.